Alright, for today's game I'm going to be using reserve cards like this that hide all the reserves are placed on a reserve card, and all you see out on the board is the HQ. Until they come closer and they want to pull them out of reserve and put them on the board. To make it easier to see the HQs, I've placed them on little post-it notes to begin with, so you can easily see in the video where all the HQs are. For this free setup version, I have totally reorganized the Allied army. The Allies have 3 reserve cards, so 3 of these HQs actually have forces with them. The other 3 are just decoys. Liechtenstein's cavalry corps is in the reserves of one of the 3 corps. I'm playing solo. I know exactly which corps are real and which corps are not, but I'm playing double blind solo, so I can imagine the opposing commanders not knowing the disposition of the enemy forces, and I will play it that way. Let's begin. Doctorow's First Corps advances forward. Okay, so Bernadotte's First Corps has come on. Now they would be in column on the road, so when Napoleon comes on with his corps, the guard, and whoever else he has with them, they would be way back here. Davout's corps has marched up the road. The guard corps was drawn, moves out of reserve, and up to the very edge of the field of fire with the troops on the hill. Bernadotte's column marches up the Austerlitz road. Just as it passes this HQ, the cavalry peels off in column and uncovers nothing. Bernadotte has 3 blocks still in column. Doctorow pulls some troops out of reserve. It's mid-morning, and not a shot has been fired. Bernadotte's First Corps deploys south of the Austerlitz road. Soult swings 4th Corps' flank forward. Davout deploys. Lanné's 5th Corps holds versus the assault by the Russian guards. The guards push artillery from the hill. Bernadotte's advanced elements are driven back, though Doctorow's cavalry has sustained heavy losses. And now it's early afternoon. The fog has cleared off. Here we have Bernadotte's artillery opening up and giving the Russians what for. Soult advances the 4th Corps forward. Doctorow brings out more artillery along the Pratzen. Davout attempts to staunch the breakthrough here. First we have Bagration's drive in the center. All Soult had down here is a thinly stretched line, and it falls back. Up here, Liechtenstein's cavalry chews up Bernadotte's extended troops. With heavy losses, Lanné's men are driven from Sokolnitz. Liechtenstein's cavalry have uncovered the French guard. Soult rushes forward to collapse the Allied right. Coleridge pushes hard on Lanné's corps. Liechtenstein recalls his cavalry. Bernadotte and Napoleon confer. Murat's cavalry begins heading south to rescue Davout. The guard continues to drive Davout back, and Lanné desperately holds on to Telnitz. In the center, Soult's dissipated line folds up and cannot hold. Vandamme is strong right here in the center, but without orders from Soult, he can do little more than hold the position. There is only light enough for one more drive. Will either side be able to achieve victory? Soult races to try and reach the Austrian right flank, but he will not make it. Liechtenstein drives valiantly into the French line. Again, Lanné's corps gives ground stubbornly, but the Russian attempts are frustrated. The Lifeguard takes heavy losses, but they eliminate the French presence north of the lake. Friant's infantry drive can't do anything against the Russian Guard cav, they simply move off. The Murat pushes the French line back, they hold. Liechtenstein's hussars force the grenadiers into square, while his cuirassiers run down the last of Bernadotte's infantry, and Kellerman's hussars ride off. So it's essentially a draw. Points are 13-9 Austrians. At this point, you could run for a second day, though I submit that Napoleon would not, and this is why. Davout and Lanné are cut off from the rest of the French army, and both of them have their baggage trains, very exposed, by the way, to the Russian heavy guards cav, and the whole Russian guard in particular. And I wouldn't call them on the cusp of victory. Ultimately, I believe they would be victorious on this end, but it would be costly, and Doctorow has plenty of space to retreat further, whereas Lanné and Davout have none. So I'm guessing by day 2 the French army would be broken. So you can call it whatever you'd like, but that's what I'm going to say. At this point, it is an Allied victory on day 2. I think Napoleon, because of his exposure here in the south, would have retreated in the night, which would be a force back. If you enjoyed my video, please like and subscribe. Also, I'd like it if you'd comment in the section below and let me know what you liked and didn't like about the video so I can improve my editing efforts. Thank you.